Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo and I am back with a single perfume review. I'm probably going to be doing more single reviews than lists. Lists take a lot more time, and I just got a new position and I'm going to be working a lot more than I currently am in a month or so. My husband and I are supposed to go to the Big Island here in the near future, like in a couple of weeks, but with COVID doing crazy things again with the Delta variant, I don't know if they're going to shut the island down or make it just almost impossible for people to go, and I get it. I absolutely get it. I would be very possessive of it as well. Problem is, it's a very tourist-driven economy over there, and so they really, you know, okay, let's not bullshit. It really boils down to, I am gonna go freaking crazy if I don't get some Paradise Fix. But we're both vaccinated. We'll be very religious about wearing masks. We never hang around people anyway. We cook at the condo on the barbecues for the most part and don't do restaurants. We don't do beaches. We don't do, you know, places like that, and we certainly won't do any touristy ziplining or submarining or anything like that while we're there. We just want to go and get in the ocean. That is our goal. We have no issue staying the heck away from everybody as long as we can get into the ocean. So hopefully we'll still get to go, and I'll probably record several videos over there. Anywho, Mosiah has been requesting for a while that I get this review done, and this is on ATTESA's Masque Milano. No, it's on Masque Milano's ATTESA. And he has told me he's really crazy about this perfume. It's a beautiful iris perfume. And iris is a hit and miss for me. It can be too metallic, too powdery, without the other supporting notes really complementing it and kind of taming down some of the really metallic, dry, powdery ness that iris and orris root can create. Sometimes it puts me off. This one, however, excuse my voice, I'm very hoarse. The smoke around here has been brutal for weeks. Anyway, this one is different because it's still metallic, it's still powdery, but it's beautiful, and I am getting a full bottle of that, I can assure you. So this is my second one of these. I wanted to get through this whole second sample before I did a review, but I figured I better get it done now because, like I said, my schedule is going to change here in the near future. So according to the back of the card here of ATTESA, it says the head notes are Italian bergamot, neroli, champagne accord. Heart notes are Italian iris root butter, French iris root butter, Italian iris absolute, tuberose absolute, ylang ylang. Base notes are Mysore sandalwood, oak moss, and leather accord. And that is like iris on iris on iris. And so you would think it would be super powdery, but I think because of the ylang ylang and the tuberose, and here's the kicker, that champagne accord. Now on Fragrantica, people say that the orris butter, the iris, and the leather are much more prominent than the champagne. I don't know. And it adds this beautiful, not a booziness necessarily, but almost a slightly fruity effervescence to it. And the contrast between the effort, what is that? Oh, there's a bug flying in my face, sorry. It wasn't a spider, it's some kind of little gnat. I don't know where it went, but who cares? Anyway, the contradiction or the contrast between the dry powderiness of all the iris notes, and that champagne effervescence is so interesting. The champagne effervescence almost moistens up the dry powderiness of the iris without changing the whole feel of the iris, because it's heavy, heavy iris. And that fruity effervescence also mixes with that metallic from the iris. And it doesn't necessarily tame it down, but it smooths it out somehow, because a metallic note can be kind of harsh to me. And that's why I call it a metallic note. It can be cold and harsh. And the champagne accord to me just moistens it up, smooths it out, adds that fruity lightness to it. Just a hint of fruity though, because it really is all about the iris. Even the leather is dry and powdery. So, but it's not, to me, it's not nearly as heavy as what everybody is voting on Fragrantica. It's much more in the background as far as I'm concerned, right along with the ylang ylang and the tuberose. And the sandalwood now, you get that in the deep dry down, and it's almost a sweet sandalwood. The entire perfume is not very sweet. At the top, it has a hint of tartness to it. I'm assuming is from the bergamot, but also the champagne may contribute to that. But there's still just this whisper of sweetness to kind of counterbalance that tartness and that cold metallic dryness that you get at the top. The champagne really balances out the dry metallic iris in the top. The sandalwood really balances it out in the deep dry down. It is a lovely, lovely perfume. It smells extremely formal, in my opinion. It's also incredibly unisex. Now, I do think this one, because of all of that iris that's in there, that I'd be careful in warmer weather wearing it. In my experience, really powdery perfumes, especially powdery iris, even though they lend themselves, it seems like they should be good for hot weather. I've had issue with them in hot weather. They almost get too powdery and too metallic. I don't know if it's just my own chemistry that mixes with them and changes them so much in the hotter weather as opposed to cooler temps. But if it is in a sweet iris, I tend to wear those, the more formal, true to nature irises in cooler temps. I have not tried this in cold temps. I've only been testing it, you know, well, it was, I think I got it right before the Devil's Balls weather hit, but I'm not sure because I've been testing it indoors in the AC, but I have stepped outside on a time or two, and I mean, I have already noticed that just going to my car, that it blooms and starts rising up quite a bit. So yeah, I just don't think I'd be wearing this in hot weather. I think I'd save it for spring, fall nights, spring nights, winter. Well, winter, you know, winter, you could almost pull this off for daytime formal occasions, but I don't know. It just smells so formal to me. And I definitely think this is specifically formal. I don't see wearing it going out partying. I think it's too sophisticated for that. People wouldn't get it. I don't think it's really a festive kind of perfume where your family and friends would appreciate it at backyard barbecues. I really picture it at formal functions, whether that be weddings or work or whatever. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And prices with Masque Milano, or is it Masque Milano, are really good too. I think it's only a 1 ounce bottle that you get though. Oh, that is a lovely iris. And it's a really different iris for me, because I usually like the sweeter irises, but this one It just smells so sophisticated. It's really hard not to be attracted to it. If you're really into iris perfumes, you know, you definitely need to check this out. I am still dipping my toe into the pool, so I'm still learning about irises and what I like and what I enjoy and what I can't tolerate. This one, however, oh yeah, it's going to be on that shelf in the near future. Yeah. And did I say performance? I don't think I did. It performs well. It's not a beast mode perfume, but I think it could be if you oversprayed. I usually do 1 or 2 sprays of it at max. I do 2 sprays. 1 spray is pretty good because it is hotter right now. I think in the winter time when I have my full bottle, I'll be able to go ahead and give it 2 blasts and feel comfortable about going out in the community with it. But with it being this hot, I've only been doing 1 spray, unless I know I'm going to be inside all day. So gorgeous stuff. Thank you, Mosiah, for turning me on to this lovely perfume. ATTESA by Masque Milano. And I don't know how my outro song is going to go, because listen to me talk. It's not sounding promising, but we gotta try. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, and don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. And use your own nose. Peace.